welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I'm going to teach you how to get your frontal laid today. So what we are using is a 13 by 4 frontal. This is actually a frontal wig that I made myself, like on my head. So basically it's a custom frontal. So what we're going to start off doing is just wetting the hair. Pretty much this is just so we can go through and detangle it and get it looking popping like this. So now we're finished with the drying portion. I just set it under the dryer just to get it dry. So now, as you guys can see, if you actually look at the frontal part, it's completely clean. So now we have a free surface to pretty much work on, and that's super important because that affects like your edges and different things like that, and how natural the frontal actually looks. So I put my wig on from the back. As you can see, it's looking crazy. But now I'm just going to go through and just pretty much measure everything out to, make sure my cap is on correctly, because this is important. This is everything that's under the frontal. So it's just as important as everything that's in front. So, just go through, measure your wig out, make sure that it's fitting your head correctly. So now what we can do is get to the portion of pulling your hair back. You can use any kind of clip, it's up to you, but you just want to get the frontal piece off of your face, because now we're going to start working on the actual cap. So normally when you do like a frontal wig, you can use the flesh tone caps, but I was like in a rush when I made this, so I actually made mine on a black cap. I just used what I had. So if you have a flesh tone cap, you can actually skip this part. But if you don't, if you have a black cap like me, then what you want to do is you want to get some type of makeup powder, whatever you want to use, your foundation, whatever, and you just want to go along the hairline of the cap, and you're pretty much creating an illusion. So you're making the cap look as if it's your scalp. So when you lay your frontal down and you go through and you do your parts, you can't tell what kind of cap you have on, or that it's not your scalp. So now what we're going to do is take our Gotta Be Glue. You can get this from like any beauty supply store. Nowhere in particular, but they may even have it at drugstores too. I'm not sure, but I know it's very popular, so you should be able to find it easily. So this is a gel. This is not glue. It's called Got to Be Glue because of how sticky and tacky it is, so it makes you think you have glue. That's it. It's not a hair glue, but it can be used to do a glueless lace frontal. So that's what I'm using today. There are other techniques that I know how to do, but this is one of my favorite ones that I like. I feel like it gets my frontal flat and it lasts for a nice amount of time. Sometimes I go through and I like touch up the edges and stuff like that, but for me this is pretty effective. So what I'm just doing is I'm just going across my headline and applying the first layer of the glue. Well, Gotta Be Glue with the gel. And yeah, just doing like a thin layer. As you can see, I'm literally taking my time and going across. Like it doesn't look white. If you see when I'm taking it out of the tube, this is very white. So that shows you that I'm really spreading it out. So now we're gonna go through and put our below diver on the cool thing, and just go down. You gotta be good. You want to use the cool setting because the hot setting, it makes you feel like the glue is dry, but you really won't be able to tell if it is or not. So that cool air really gets it dry, and yeah, you'll be able to tell if it's dry. So now we're going to go into step 2 of the Gotta Be Glue. So we put down our first layer. As you can see, it's damn near clear. So now we're going to go through and put the second layer. So all you're doing is just repeating the same steps that you just did, just creating your second layer. So as I was building the second layer, I realized that some of the parts were like a little white. So I just wanted to show you guys this trick I did. You take the end of your comb and you just pretty much smooth it out as you're drying it, so that'll take away all the munkiness of the Gotta Be Glue. So now it's time to lay that frontal down. So what we're going to do is we're going to comb the edges of the frontal back. This is just to, protect it from that Gotta Be Glue, that sticky glue, so that your edges aren't like stuck down. So just keep combing. And now we're going to go and pull the frontal down. keep measuring it, you know, sizing it up to make sure that you have it on correctly, because if you don't, then 9 times out of 10 you're going to have to repeat this step again. That whole putting the glue on, blow drying it all over again. So make sure you're measuring it correctly. So for me, I feel like the smartest thing to do is to go through and do section by section. So I always start with my middle because that's the center base. So you put that down, then you have enough room to, you know, go through your edges and see, you know, how far down and tight you want to have your sides. But the middle is the missing part. So, yeah, I just go through with my blow dryer and I blow dry the actual frontal part. And I take my comb and I just, you know, slide it through your comb or your fingers, whichever works for you. So now what I'm doing is I'm just going through and combing the frontal back because I'm going to get ready for the styling portion. So, you know, just comb it all the way through. And then we're going to go through and separate the frontal from the hair in the back. So when you're done separating, I'm just going through and just pulling my edges down from the frontal just to prepare them for the later on steps. So now we're on the styling portion. Um, Ladies, this is completely up to you. The way that I'm wearing mine is kind of like a push over, you know, just with the edges on fleek or whatever. And, you know, so I'm just going through with my wine curler and I'm curling my lace frontal. The reason why I'm curling my lace frontal is because my lace frontal is body wave versus my tracks that I have in the back. They're deep wave. So I'm curling my body wave frontal to match my deep wave tracks in the back. So yeah, I'm just going through with a wine curler and add some curls in there just to disguise that it's two different hair textures. So if you're following the exact steps that I'm doing, this is what your hair should look like. If you listen correctly, this is what your outcome will be. So pretty much I'm just going through and I fingered out my curls. You can finger them out or you can use a wide tooth comb. But you know, whichever works for you, whichever is easier. So I'm just going through and just fingering them out, figuring out how I want my hair to be, if I want it on the left side or my right side. So now I'm going to take my edge brush. This is what I use. I do not use product on my edges. The reason why is because to me, I feel like it makes your lace frontal look 10 times more natural versus you using like the Gotta Be glue or anything else on your edges. So yeah, this is like the best way to do it. And I feel like it preserves the edges on the lace frontal too as well, but that's my opinion. So I'm just taking my brush I'm doing, like small little strokes, just getting the edges how I want it to be. How you do your edges are solely up to you, but this is how I like mine to be. So if you want this look, then, just do your small strokes and your edges will be laid. So now I'm going to take it to the next side and we're going to do the same exact thing. Nothing different, nothing more special. Just the same thing, the small strokes to reflect how natural baby hair would be. So now, ladies, this will be your final look. Thank you so much for tuning into my video. I truly appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and thumbs up, and practice on your new frontals.